So when I am going to be voting, typically who I think about is I think about my brother because he has a pre-existing condition. He has cystic fibrosis. I also think about the various places where I've taught. So I taught in an alternative high school in my first few years of teaching. And so those were students when being from 16 to 22 and their circumstances. I think about my eighth graders and their families that I taught in New York City. And then I think about the freshmen and their families that I taught at North High School on the northwest side of Denver. And now I think about you all and your families as well while I am voting. I typically go down the ballot in terms of candidates and propositions or amendments or whatever is on there, and go one by one and see what my views are on each of those, and then vote that way. So thank you, and make sure that you vote.
I am guessing that at some point in your life you have heard the phrase, "Don't worry about the things that you can't change. Focus on the things that you can." Guess what? Voting is one of those times where you legitimately can change things, but you have to actually do it. Don't be that person who sits out an election that you are able to vote in. Trust me, I have trouble not judging some of my own friends who have decided, I'm good, I'm not going to vote in certain elections. Instead of being that person, be the person who makes sure that your voice is heard, because this is one of the times where you get to change things if you want to.
Good morning. So I think voting is important because I believe that we have a responsibility as humans to not just sit back and watch things happen, but to take the actions that we can to make things happen and make things happen the way we believe is right and for the benefit of other people. And so I believe that voting is one way we can do that, and we can enact change and let our voices be heard and really take a stand in terms of like what's going on in our country. It's not the only way we can do that, and not the only way we should do that, but it is one way we can do that. When I'm deciding who to vote for, I try and think about people outside of myself and my own inner circle, and think about like, who is this vote going to matter the most for? Who is this going to impact the most, and how is it going to impact them? And I try to use a lot of empathy when I'm voting and thinking about other people outside of myself, to not just make it all about me, because it's not what voting is. It's about making our country a better place for all people.
Voting is so important. If you're legally able to vote, definitely do it. If you don't do it, then you're just letting other people decide things for you, and your thoughts and ideas are important, so you should make them heard.
I used to think just about myself when I was first able to vote. It was just so exciting. However, as I've gotten older, and just as the political sphere has changed so much, I think more about other people, especially in the school community. I think about my friends. I think about my parents, who are a bit older, and although we share similar ideas, right, I think about the responsibility that I have as their child, and what responsibilities might fall on me when they are much, much older, and just how I can hope that that's like a supported future for them. And I'm just really, really hopeful for this year, and hopefully change will come. So thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, and just know that you all have a voice that deserves to be heard. Bye.
Hey DSST, it's Miss Stern. I know we're all feeling a lot of emotions about the election that's taking place today. A lot of us might feel scared or nervous. There might be some excitement, there might be some hopefulness, but there are a lot of emotions going around. I just want to remind you tonight, while you're watching election results or while you're seeing them come through on social media, to take care of yourself. It can feel incredibly overwhelming to watch a screen and see things that might feel sad or scary. It's important we stay informed, and it's also important that we perform self-care. That might look like making sure we're using deep breathing, making sure we're drinking plenty of water, turning off the screen for a period of time, and spending some time with family and friends, social distance style, of course, making sure that we're connecting with people that we feel most supported by. We might turn off notifications to news sources for the evening. Whatever you need to do that best supports yourself tonight, please do it, because we know this can be an emotional time. We also want to let you know that we'll be providing some space tomorrow morning to process as a community. We'll be taking about 45 minutes in our grade levels to spend some time thinking about how we can support each other, processing how we feel, talking about what might be worrying us, celebrating what might be making us feel hopeful, and coming together. We know that we wish that we were in person to really support each other and lean on each other, but even through the computer, know that your community, your teachers, your administrators deeply, deeply care about you, and we are here for you. Please look to your email later today. You'll be getting an invite to that grade level space. So please make sure to be looking out for that. That will be taking place right after morning meeting. All right, y'all, stay as sane as you can tonight, and please take care of yourselves and each other.